Hello everyone, welcome to Chaco's Tutorials. Today we are going to discuss about matter. By definition it is said, anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. What does that mean? So before understanding this definition, we must know what is mass. Mass means the amount of matter in an object. How much matter is there in an object? For example, if you buy some sugar, how much is there? If you spread somewhere, how much is there? That is the matter. If you take this duster, for example, this duster, how much matter is there? Plastic is there, the sponge is there, all that is there. That is the matter contained in it. So how much matter is there? That is called the mass. Now let's come back to the definition of matter. Anything that has mass and occupies space. For example, I take the same duster. You place the duster here. If you can make an outline, you will see how much space it is occupied. See? Just a rough sketch. See, this much space it occupies. So it occupied a space that much, and if you can weigh this, you can say how many grams are there. That means you can measure also this how much is there. That is called the unit of mass. Normally mass is measured in kilograms and the smaller units are grams. 5 grams, 10 grams, 20 grams, 100 grams, 500 grams, then comes 1 kilogram. So kilogram is the unit of mass. So any object which occupies space and is having mass is known as matter. So anything we see in this earth, all that is matter, because everything occupies space and has a mass. If you take a duster, marker, board, book, pen, pencil, stone, take you yourself, this spectacle, all this occupies space and has mass. Therefore, all these are matter, right? So I already told you what is mass. There are two more terms which you have to learn when you learn about matter. We say matter is made up of molecules. What is it made up of? Molecules. What is molecules? Molecules are the smallest unit of a matter which can exist freely. Molecules are the smallest unit of an object or matter or a compound which can exist independently, that is free. It moves around. Now there is one more term which is known as atom. Atom is also a smallest unit. Smallest unit of a pure element. For example, you take anything and you go on breaking, you get molecules, then continuously breaking, you get atom. So atom is the smallest unit of a pure substance or an element. So let's say, suppose this is atom, one small circle I put, that is the, just let's imagine that is the atom. Then like that, one or two atoms, 2 or 3 atoms join together make a molecule. If they join together, it makes a molecule, and this is atom. So which is the smallest in that case? This is the smallest. In a matter, when you take, we say molecule is the smallest unit there. When you take an element, we say atom is the smallest unit. All these two you can see only through a microscope. By naked eye we cannot see this, because such a minute it is, you cannot see them. And in a molecules are smallest unit of a matter, we said. So we say matter is made up of molecules. What is matter made up of? Molecule. That's why I gave the definition of molecules. Right? Now, there are three states of matter. There are three states of matter. One is known as solid, another one is known as liquid, and the third one is gas. So we have three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. Here example we can take stone, book, pen, pencil. We can go on writing like that. When you come to liquid, we can say water, oil, acid and so on. When you come to gas, we can take the example oxygen, which we breathe, carbon dioxide, which we breathe out, nitrogen, cooking gas, that is LPG gas. All these are example of gas. So these are some examples of three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. All these are made out of molecules, because all these are matter. Matter is made up of molecules. I told you already. Matters are made up of molecules. Then we have to learn how the molecules are arranged in a solid, liquid and gas. So we have to learn the arrangement of molecules. Arrangement of molecules. So first in a solid. So to represent the solid, I will make a small rectangle here. Right? In the rectangle we will try to arrange the molecules. See, we are arranging the molecules in a rectangle. The small circles I am putting, they are molecules, let's say. Just you have to imagine these are molecules arranged in a solid. Any solid, you take a book, you take a duster, you take a chalk, you take a board, you take a tree, you take a tiffin box, anything, take a bottle. Molecules are arranged like this. So they are all solid, so molecules are arranged like this. In this case, molecules are closely packed. Closely packed. You will find the molecules are very closely packed in a solid. They cannot move from one place to another. If you see that picture, you will see they are not able to move. They vibrate only from their original position, that is the mean position. Now, if you see, is there any distance between the molecule? The distance between the molecule is called intermolecular distance. Intra means between. Inter means between. Intermolecular distance. Distance is there any distance? No. You can say intermolecular distance is nil. Now there is an attraction between these molecules also. That's why they are binding together. So that attraction between the molecules are called intermolecular attraction. Intermolecular attraction. The attraction between the molecule is known as intermolecular attraction is maximum in the case of solid. So these are the arrangement of the molecules in a solid. They are very closely packed, vibrate from their mean position, and the distance between the molecules, that is intermolecular distance, is nil, and intermolecular attraction is maximum. Intermolecular attraction is maximum. Therefore, solids have definite shape, size and volume. So when you take a solid, it has got a definite shape. If you see a desk, it has got a shape. If you take a bench, it has got a shape. If you take a board, it has got a shape. If you take a duster, it has got a shape. Because of this arrangement of molecules, it has got that shape and it has got a size, and you can arrange in different shapes, maybe this many centimeter by this many centimeter, or this many feet by this many feet. We can arrange like that. And we can also find the volume of the solid. It is all because of this arrangement of the molecules in a solid. How are they arranged? Closely packed. Intermolecular distance is nil and intermolecular attraction is maximum. Solids have definite shape and size and volume because of these arrangements, right? Hope you have followed this. Now let's go on to liquid. So again we will draw the same type of diagram, that is a rectangle. In that we will arrange the molecule. In a liquid you will find the molecules are arranged like this. See, I am just drawing, you can just see there. Not necessarily always you have to draw 3, you can even draw 2. Okay, in this case, how the molecules are arranged? See the distance molecules are. Is it closely arranged like the solid? No, they are little apart. Molecules are little apart from each other. Apart from each other when you compare solid. Apart from each other. So they are able to move around. And intermolecular distance is more. Intermolecular distance is more. And intermolecular attraction, intermolecular distance is more here compared to solid. And the intermolecular attraction is less. You will find the intermolecular attraction is less in the case of liquids. So these are about the liquids, okay? In a liquid, first we learned about solid, now we are drawn a liquid. Molecules are little apart from each other. We can also say they are loosely packed and the intermolecular distance is more and the intermolecular attraction is less. And I said since there is a gap, molecules are able to move around. Therefore a liquid can flow. You see water, when you pour, it flows. Oil if you pour, again spreads, it flows. So that is because of the distance between the molecule, they are able to move around. And since they are able to flow, they don't have a definite shape. They always take the shape of the container in which you are putting them in. Any liquid you put in a container, if you put the water in a bottle, it takes the shape of the bottle. If you pour water in a glass, it takes the shape of a glass, right? So therefore, liquids do not have definite shape, but it has definite volume. So liquid, you can measure the volume, but you cannot have a shape because molecules are loosely packed, they move around and they are able to flow and they take the shape of the container in which you are pouring. So there is no particular shape, right? And the intermolecular attraction is also less, right? Hope you have followed this also. Now let's take gas. Arrangement of molecules in a gas. Again let's draw the same diagram, same type of diagram. Now in this case I have one molecule here, one here, one here. I'm just drawing only a very few molecules. If you see the gapping, there are so much of gap. I can draw one more in case needed. There are so much of gap between the molecules. So molecules are very far from each other. Let's say very far from each other. Molecules are very far from each other, so they are always in a zigzag motion. They can keep on moving around. There is a lot of gap between the molecules of a gas, and the intermolecular space is maximum. Intermolecular space, that is the space between two molecules, is maximum, and intermolecular attraction is almost nil. Let's say almost nil, maybe little bit maybe there, but almost nil. Therefore gases do not have definite shape. They do not have definite shape or volume. Gases don't have any volume, definite shape or volume, because they are able to move around very freely, right? So since they don't have a definite shape or volume and they are able to move around, we can compress the gas. That's why in a LPG gas cylinder they are able to fill the gas. They are able to compress and keep the gas inside that, right? So because of this reason, because molecules are very far apart, intermolecular phase is maximum and the intermolecular attraction is almost nil. Because of this reason, if there is a leakage in the cooking gas in your kitchen, if you are seated in your sitting room, you may be able to get the smell. Why? Because there is a big gap, because air is also a gas. So between that gap, the molecules gap, the LPG gas molecule will get in. They fit into that, and in the air it will come to you and you can get the smell of that. Same way somebody opens a scent bottle also you get the smell. That is a very reason. Okay, so these are the arrangement of molecules in a solid, liquid and gas. I hope you have understood what is matter, what is three states of matter and all that. One more thing here I have to mention is water. Water can exist in all the three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. Ice, that is the solid state, right? So if you heat ice, you can get water. If you continue heating, you get water vapor. You get water vapor. Now this is the solid form, ice, and this is the liquid form, that is water, and this is the gaseous form. So water can exist in all the three forms, solid, liquid and gas, and it can be interchanged also. If you go on cooling that water vapor, trap that water vapor and cool it, you get water, and you continue cooling water, you get ice. So it can be to and fro, both the ways it can be done. So water can exist in all the three forms, solid, liquid and gas. And you know water is a universal solvent also. You have learned this, might have learned this earlier. So that is, since we are learning about matter, this has to be said, because there are three states of matter, solid, liquid and gas, and water can exist in all the three forms, right? Okay, thank you so much. Hope you have understood what is matter and what are the three states of matter, how the molecules are arranged in these three states. Okay, if you have understood and if you like the class, please press the like button and share button so that others also can learn it, and do not forget to subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you very much.